Okay. Who's ready to get gut-felded? I'm ready to get gut-felded. I don't even know. I have no idea. Oh, I do know what this is about. I read the description. Oh, uh-oh, people. This is going to be a difficult topic. This is about Kars4Kids. Okay, I'm just gonna let it start playing. I got to use the bathroom while I gather my thoughts and try to think of a way to cover this that doesn't seem like it's insane. But the story is crazy, so it might be hard to cover it without sounding insane. So I'm gonna let Gutfeld talk about it first.
A story in 5 words.
Kars4Kids, banned for being awful.
1877 Kars4Kids, K-A-R-S, Kars4Kids, 1877 Kars4Kids, donate your car today.
So, Rich, a California judge has banned that commercial for misleading donors by hiding that most of the money goes to a Jewish outreach group in New Jersey called URA that funds teen trips to Israel, adult matchmaking, yeah, and other Israeli programs. As I believe you're Jewish, is that
No,
that's
that,
I couldn't tell.
I got these on sale.
Okay.
Just when you thought they couldn't blame Jews, I think we did Pearl Harbor.
Okay, I'm so sorry, by the way, that I didn't mean to have that jingle be stuck in every viewer's head forever. But I'm sorry. I wasn't here. I was peeing and I was unable to stop that from getting stuck in your head. So enjoy that for the rest of the day. But yeah, so the gist of the story is that they were Kars4Kids made their ads seem like they were you could donate your car to this organization. They would take the money from selling the car and then they would use it for kids. Very vaguely, they would use it for kids in their commercials, at least. That's all they said. But what they were actually using it for was for advancing the Jewish supremacist goals of the nation state of Israel. Honestly, that's what they were doing. They were doing it for the Aliyah trips or whatever for Jewish teenagers, where they try to propagandize and convince kids that they're going to that they should move to the nation state of Israel because they need more Jews in order to create a demographic majority that is capable of settling and expanding into the territories that they don't currently occupy and taking over territory from the Palestinians. Like that's like the main goal of, I think it's called Aliyah or whatever. But also a part of Aliyah, which is kind of weird, is that they try to like essentially honeypot kids into staying in Israel by like, not kids, I'm talking like teenagers, right? By like being like, oh, look at all these hot women too. Some of them might be pretty interested in you. And then they do like matchmaking in order to try to, they're just trying to sucker kids into moving to Israel, basically. And so that's what they were really using the funds for. And so I think they got sued and, I think, or maybe, I don't know. I think it was, but I think the lawsuit was successful, if I remember correctly. But let's hear what they have to say on Gutfeld, though. I did want to give my, like, the full background of what it was used, like what Kars4Kids actually was before I got into it. Because, by the way, it sounds like insane, right? It doesn't sound like... It sounds like I'm making all this shit up, but I'm telling you that is what happened. And I think it was found in a court of law that is what happened. So I'm not making it up. This actually happened. Okay, so let's see what Gutfeld has to say.
And other Israeli programs. As I believe you're Jewish, is that
No,
I couldn't tell.
I got these on sale.
Okay.
Just when you thought they couldn't blame Jews, I think we did Pearl Harbor. Here's if it's not no Jews, no news. Here's.
By the way, Gutfeld is supposed to be a comedy show, so if you're not laughing, I'm sorry. I very rarely am able to laugh at Gutfeld, except for when he is like says ridiculous shit. Then I laugh.
To deal with Jews.
Okay.
If you're laying in a hospital bed ready to have heart surgery,
Yeah.
you better pray this is hanging in your face, okay? Or if you're in court ready to face 10 years in prison, you better pray your lawyer's last name ends in Steen, all right?
Yes.
If your lawyer...
Dude, classic tired, like trope-based humor. This is just this is like Rogan Sphere, like comedy mothership, like style anti-woke comedy that is so boring, so trite. Like, please get some new material, please.
comes in on a carpet, you're going to prison, all right? So I don't know what is behind all this. It should just be banned because of these kids' voices.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah,
only reason.
I think that's what it is. By the way, you bring up the kids, and I keep wondering, like, this commercial's been around forever. What are these kids up to? Can you show, like, what happened? I did a search, and I found out, where's this kid now? Yeah. Amazing. Do we have another kid? Look at this kid, good-looking kid. What happened to him? Oh! Do we have another one?
That one doesn't make any sense. Those two didn't look anything
Damn.
alike.
Oh!
The Gary Busey one kind of looked similar.
Do we have another one? Oh, she's got to be okay. Let's see.
What? Who is this?
Wow, amazing, Kennedy.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yes. Don't. But this was. Didn't you?
Oh my god, dude! Fucking boomers! I swear to God. Never. Oh man. Like I'm starting to get old, but I'm like I think that I'm at least like, when I talk about memes and stuff, I'm not like that cringe. Like that's the I can't. These people, please. Also a funnier line would have been if you took this girl on this screen here and then you showed whoever just talked. This lady. Those two look identical. Yeah, this lady. Look at her glasses. It's the same person, man. This is her. I'm pretty sure this is the girl that was just there in the Kars4Kids commercial. Like, are you kidding me? Look at that. Look, they're the same person. So that would have been a funnier thing to do. But I'm not the comedian here, okay? Gutfeld is apparently the comedian here.
Didn't you ever wonder about this product? Because it was on all the time, and this song could not persuade anybody to do anything but want to kill themselves.
Yeah.
It's,
It is more effective than Kool-Aid at Jonestown.
Yes.
In fact. This,
Flavor Aid.
Okay, it's so annoying but so effective, and that's what makes me so angry. Is like, I could be devoid of most of my intellectual faculties, and I wouldn't know my own name. I wouldn't remember my birth date, but I would remember the lyrics to that song.
Yes.
So it is somehow the instrument of.
Are they not going to talk about the actual problem here at all? Or like, I know this is supposed to be like a comedy thing or something. I wish that they would have funnier people on if it was supposed to be like comedic. But are they not going to actually talk about the problem here or like make fun of it? Like, there's a lot of it's ripe for good material. I feel like this whole situation. I do think there is a lot of comedy to be dug from this content mine, but they're really struggling.
Of the devil.
Yeah.
Very similar to the guitar that's obviously not being played, the synthesizer that is just made of wood. Like it's so annoying, but with all of that, like this doesn't hold a candle to the fraud that is going on in California.
True, that's
and the
true.
judge making that decision is a giant distraction, and making it seem like they're actually doing something. Like, quick, look busy. You know, the
Oh my god, dude. They're like, this fraud is the okay kind of fraud. Because when it comes to conservatives, there are certain types of fraud that they are perfectly fine with. They are perfectly fine with tax fraud, like by billionaires not paying their taxes, right? They're perfectly fine with that type of fraud, which makes up like the vast majority of fraud, to be honest. They're perfectly fine with hiding assets, like all that sort of stuff, like any of that type of fraud. Just anything that allows billionaires to keep more money than they already have. They are perfectly fine with all of that fraud. The types of fraud they don't like are the kinds where like brown people do it. That's basically the gist of it. And so this one, they are like, no, these are white people. Jews are a part of the white, they're considered white in modern America, so they're in the in group, generally speaking, at least, especially when it comes to these buttoned up conservative types. And so they're like, no, this is perfectly fine fraud. We only care about the brown people fraud. That's the only thing we care about. And like, I'm serious. That is basically what it comes down to. Anything that is against the that is fraudulent. Like anytime that it is like lower income people, you like maybe taking advantage of like a federal program or whatever, those are the types of frauds that they actually care about, even though it doesn't make up like that much of fraud when you compare it to like the tax fraud that goes on rampantly in these people's best friends circles.
Feds are coming. They're gonna the spigot is gonna go dry. And with Medicare and hospice fraud and every other element of fraud in California, like this is a dream come true by comparison. They are just demonizing this to distract from.
I didn't even think of that. Wow.
Real quick, I wish these 5 kids were part of the 85,000 missing.
What'd he say? What the fuck was that?
Even think of that. Wow.
Real quick, I wish these 5 kids were part of the 85,000 missing.
The 85,000 missing? What's he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, let me tell you, I came prepared.
Yes, you did. Tyrus, do you think this was a distraction? I can't.
I'll be honest with you. This made me stop drinking.
Yeah.
When we first started working here, we used to go out to Lanigan's or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd sit down and be like, "Oh, I'm so up. This horrible song can't be right because there's a little girl playing a violin and I can't hear it.
Yeah.
There's a little boy on the drums not playing. Like I was looking like no more Jack for me." They didn't have one. The insults was not even the song. They were lip syncing off key. These kids clearly didn't get along. I don't know what. Their parents must have been the producers.
She's wearing a keffiyeh.
Yeah, and they all have only one's plugged in.
Wait a second. Did they say she's wearing a keffiyeh? I think that's just a scarf, dude. These people, they're seeing keffiyehs everywhere now. Every time they see someone wearing a scarf, they're like, they get a traumatic like cortisol spike every time they see it. It's crazy, man.
Producers.
She's wearing a keffiyeh.
Yeah, and they all have only one's plugged in. So only one kid was prepared. It's just, but if you're gonna get rid of this, you need to get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
I don't need the 17-minute dogs are cold outside. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen. I'm
gonna say a lot of this is like millennial / boomer core. Sorry to any Zoomers out there who are watching this, but yeah, they used to have like long ass like commercials about like dogs like crying out in the rain about like adopting or whatever, right? Like usually some sort of animal rights or animal abuse hotline or whatever. They used to play those all the time on TV, but nobody watches TV anymore. So these people, they're literally just talking to old people sitting in front of Fox News all day.
My life's not great being up that late anyways, watching Forensic Files on loops, but we've all been there. If it's not Forensic Files, it's Golden Girls, and nothing will mess up your Girl Scout Junior Mints Jack Daniels binge watching when this comes on. Get rid of this, and I'm just gonna say it, all the little hospital ones where you get a free blanket. Keep the blanket, give the money to the kids. Because
Yeah.
across the board, we all, thank you.
Okay. Wow. He's like, okay, I got applause. I can sit back. I can rest easy now. Do you see this face? This is like, my job is done. Let's sit back and relax.
I think that was that in The
Yeah, see,
Godfather?
it's like I'm ending on that note. They're just so not used to probably getting any applause. That's hilarious.
Take the kid, leave the blanket. Wait, Martha, did you know that in 2022, URA transferred $16 million to buy a building in Israel? And this adult matchmaking stuff, I mean...
Yeah, which is fine, but the problem is, I think we're missing like the headline here. These kids are like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And they have nothing to do with who's getting the money from your car. So I think Mr. Bruce Putterbaugh was right to bring this, because this has nothing to do, like, why don't they just have an ad for, like, you know, adult Jewish matchmaking? Don't you think that would be successful?
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't be in this problem if they just did like a disclosure thing at the end or something, like a super fast, like when they're reading all the side effects of the drugs or whatever, like, notice this the money, the proceeds from your cars will not go to all kids, but only specifically Jewish kids who are trying to settle in the West Bank. Like if they did something along those lines or whatever, or to help find unfuckable kids to a wife to tie them indefinitely to the nation state of Israel in order to advance the genocide of the Palestinian people. Like if they added that at the end, I think that they would have been fine. I just think that it would have probably it would have probably made people think twice about donating their cars if they were more accurate with their advertising, which is fraud. It is fraud. That is definitionally fraud. You are lying in order to get something without telling people the whole truth so that you can then use it in a way that they were not anticipating. And if you would have been more open about what you were going to use that money for, a lot of people might not have donated. So that's just basic bare bones fraud.
Do.
Don't you think that'd be successful? I mean, this is like so insane. I went on the website. It has absolutely nothing to do with little children, and it has nothing to do with cars or anything. It's
That's what
very
I'm wondering.
misleading.
It's like, I mean, this is not a scientific survey, but I've never met anybody who gave their car to this. I mean, think about the millions of times that ad played. Nobody knows anybody who did it.
So what is going on is my question, because
Yeah,
it's been
and
playing
how do
for
you
20
do
years.
it? You call them up and a little kid comes and picks up your car?
Greg.
I'm sure some people have done it. I think that, I mean, I don't think it was just like a full on like money laundering operation or something. Like I think that some people probably called it.
Greg, no one ever finished that commercial. A man who had been in a wheelchair for years would be and would turn it. Like it was more old men learned how to walk off that commercial.
They've been paying for the ad for a really long time.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Wow. Amazing. I hope it comes back.
With the original actors.
It's
Yeah.
the worst.
Kardashians for kids.
That's what it was when I first looked
All
at it. And there's like good and plenty colors on the band. It's
Yeah,
just
there's
all
everything
bad.
about it
It's
makes
all
me
bad.
nauseous.
It's like a bad Rick
like
O'Keefe
Maroon 8.
guitar.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all bad.
All right.
All bad.
Good one. Fox News has taken me. You never want to accidentally click. This has happened to me multiple times. You never want to accidentally click something on a Fox News video because you never know where you're going to end up. It might be a boner pill website. It might be a TRT replacement website. I don't know. So I be careful out there, people. There you go. That's the Kars4Kids sock. That's crazy. It's the craziest story. It's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.